Mr. Bennett coming back into the cage. Looks like we're going to get going here with our vacant heavyweight MMA Big Show belt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
right here.
for the heavyweight title tonight, weighing in at 255 pounds.
Anybody you haven't trained?
In the red corner,
your mom?
Brian Heden.
That one guy right there I have not. The guy with the gray hair, big gut, haven't trained him yet. Probably will.
Brian Heden coming in here. He is 3-4 as a pro. Likes the ground and pound. 14 years of wrestling. 22 years old. Coming to us from Michigan. Trains with Dan Severn, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. He's been working a lot more on his stand-up. We talked to him backstage. Nice, soft-spoken guy. He had a thumb injury. He had a broken thumb a couple of fights ago and fought the whole fight, won the fight with a broken thumb in 2 places. Pretty tough kid. Moved from, I think he said, Minneapolis.
Somewhere down south, I thought it was.
I thought he was out west just a little bit.
Okay.
West of Chicago. And he moved to Michigan to train with Dan Severn.
Believe it or not, he says he's been working a lot on his stand-up with Dan Severn, which is
that's interesting.
Oxymoron.
It does seem like an oxymoron.
Not that I'm calling Dan Severn a moron.
No. Or an oxy.
No.
His opponent tonight, in the red corner, weighing 245, John Brown.
Here comes Brian's opponent, John Brown. 3-0 pro record. Coming to us from Gulfport.
Gulfport, Mississippi.
Guys are both heavyweights, but they are not huge in stature. About the same size. Good, solid fellas here. Again, we've got the heavyweight MMA Big Show belt up for grabs right here.
Better be a big belt. That wasn't nice, was it?
Well, I don't see you saying it to them.
No, I'm not. I'm 30 feet away. I'm gonna
Are
stay
you going
here.
to punch them in the eye, bare knuckle?
No, I don't know if I get away with that on them. I think I'd be taken down and then I'd be helpless.
Brian Heden and John Brown coming up here.
Apologize for my mispronunciation of his name earlier. Heden, not Hayden. Or Heden.
I'm sure he gets that a lot. Doesn't really matter. Brian is wearing camouflage. John, the black trunks. Referee's about to get it going. Here we go. John throwing some big leather.
Brian popping some knees. John popping some knees. And it does hit the ground. John's past guard, he's in full mount. Excuse me, Brian's past guard, he's in full mount on top of John.
John trying to transition into something here. Not having a whole lot of luck up against the cage. Brian throwing some bombs. Got a little bit of a leg lock there.
Sure does.
Twist out of it. Doesn't look like he's in any danger right at the moment. Referee warning him not to hold the cage, but he decides to anyway. And he's out of trouble.
John stood right up into a guillotine. I don't think he's got it in completely.
No, he's got the arm in there, which makes it a little bit harder to get. And John grabs a single leg, sweeps him down.
Oh, nice. Big knee, big knee.
Brian winced on that one, but he shrugged it off all right, and John gave him a head back. Brian would have a lot better luck if he got rid of that arm. Lock that guillotine up a lot tighter, but John's doing all right. Seems like he's got some air.
And he's let that go. Nice knees.
Get that out here. Nice leg trip. Brian ends up against the cage. Got John up against the cage, dropping some bombs there. There he goes, transitions to his back.
In the half guard.
These two guys are just throwing the bombs. It's like Brian's trying for an Americana or something here. He's trying to get that elbow underneath the chin. Straighten the arm out now, maybe a Kimura attempt. John's got to stop laying flat on his back. That's a big arm.
It's a very big arm. He's just yep, he does have it. He's close.
Just sit him up.
So pull that hand in.
He tapped.
Kimura
submission. Brian Heden.
And Brian told us that he was had been working pretty heavily on his submissions. And he wasn't uncomfortable at all going to the ground with a guy who was comfortable going to the ground.
Good fight. Very even fight. John did a great job. Left his arm out there, and Brian took advantage of it. But other than that, it was a great fight on John's part. Brian comes out with a victory tonight, though. Coming down from Michigan, 22 years old, still young. Improves his record to 4-4. Broken thumb and knee and all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new MMA Big Show champion for the heavyweight title,
Brian
Heden. Well, we do have ourselves our first MMA Big Show heavyweight champion, Brian Heden.
2 minutes, 41 seconds by Kimura.
That's a big belt.
It is. Congratulations to Brian.
Is that what you've been training for?
No, not really. I really wanted to end the fight with strikes, but I just take what you can get, I guess. So I'll do my best.
All right, great. Is there anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my trainer, Kraz. I'd like to thank Gary, my manager, for getting me this fight. I just appreciate being here. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4.2 minutes from right now.